Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us. I hope all of you have had a beautiful week and are looking forward to an even more exciting weekend. I am Regina Massey, by the way, and I'll be your host for today. I am a DNI enthusiast, and I'm also a storyteller at Inclusify. Now, my job is really interesting, mostly because, as the name says, I get to cover stories of different individuals from all over the world. So, recently I got an opportunity to cover Hitesh's life story. And by the way, you can check out his life story on our website, his video, and his entire article. So before I cover the story, I do a quick background check just to see what kind of questions I should ask and what is the exact story I should write. So before Hitesh's interview, I did the exact same thing. So I saw that he's a global motivational speaker, and I've spoken to a couple of motivational speakers by now, and I kind of already pictured the kind of conversation I was going to have. All right. The day of the interview came, and I got on a call with Hitesh. 1 minute into the conversation, and I was laughing. I was enthralled, and I was listening to him as if I was getting my own personal motivational talk without it being a motivational talk. And I was just blown away with the simplicity with which he spoke, and the way he spoke was so enthralling. I cannot really portray. And going forward with this, I am extremely excited that Inclusify gets an opportunity to host Hitesh today. Hi Hitesh, thank you for joining us today and giving us and everybody an opportunity to get to hear you.
Hi Regina, how are you? Thank you for having me here.
So before we start, I think let's share a small little video, your introductory video. I think because that speaks volumes, and then we can jump right into the talk.
Sure, let's do that.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I think we're having a slight problem. I think we'll have to replay because there is a sound issue.
Regina, you know what? The video is lagging too much.
Yeah.
Screw the video, I'm good enough. Screw the video, forget about the
Sure,
video.
let's stop the video then.
Yeah, because I don't want people to get distracted. What we can do is we can send everyone the video privately after the session. I think that would be a better idea because we all are getting used to technology, so these glitches are common. But whatever, we shouldn't stop the show. So let's start.
All right, so let me give a quick introduction of Hitesh. So as I already told you, he's a global motivational speaker. He's also a Paralympic medal winner. And he is the author of a book called Better Than Normal. So he's a man of varied talents. And one of the talents we're going to witness today is speaking skills. So Hitesh, let us start off by understanding who is Hitesh Ramchandani.
All right, so let me share my story. And hello, everyone. I hope you all are going to have an awesome night tonight. I'll make it fun. I'll try my best to entertain you. So let me start by telling you about myself. I'm Hitesh. I'm a global motivational speaker. What's so different about me is that I'm born with a disability called cerebral palsy. Let me tell you what happened. During my birth, when my mom was giving birth to me, when she was delivering me, there was a negligence. What happened was I was actually upside down in my mother's tummy, and the doctors were told to do a C-section, which is cut the stomach and take the baby out. But the doctor didn't follow the order. He did a normal delivery. And due to that, I was born upside down. So usually when a baby is born, the head comes out first. My leg came out first and my head got stuck in my mother's womb for 90 seconds. During birth, I lost oxygen for 90 seconds. One mistake by the doctor destroyed my life. When people meet me for the first time, they always ask, "Hey bro, are you drunk?" I said, "No, I'm not drunk, but I think the doctor was drunk."
Yeah.
The day I was born, the doctors told my parents, "I'm going to die in 24 hours. 27 years have gone by. I'm alive, but I think the doctor died." So that's what happened. I grew up with a lot of challenges because initially I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk. My disability was 20 times worse. I was on a wheelchair, and the doctors and teachers told my parents that this kid has no hope. Maybe you should put him in a special school. But my parents wanted me to live a normal life, and they fought against the system and made sure I went to a normal school. So I went to a normal school at the age of 7, but at that stage I started getting bullying. I faced a lot of adversity. So that's the background. Now I'm going to share more, but yeah, Regina, that's the background.
All right. So obviously, it was a very different life from what everybody else was going through, and you had your own set of challenges. But we can see that you have definitely made a mark in a lot of lives around you. And I am happy to say that I'm one of them. You really influenced me as well. So
Thank
going
you.
forward, can you help us understand, us and everybody who's viewing, what is cerebral palsy exactly, and what were the specific challenges which you faced?
So cerebral palsy is a neurological disorder. It can affect you physically or mentally. Thankfully, I'm not mentally affected. I'm only affected in the physical aspect. So for me, when I grew up, my left side of the body wasn't working. And I told you at the age of 7, I went to a normal school. So let me carry on my story from there. And
Sure.
I used to get bullied a lot, and everyone would make fun of me. I would face social challenges, like people would judge me. On top of that, I was facing academic challenges because of my physicality. I was slower in my studies, but I didn't give up. because my parents taught me this mantra that I'm a champion and I can fight any adversity in life. So I grew up struggling, battling. As I grew older, when I hit puberty at the age of 13, that was the turning point of my life. Why? Because when you hit puberty, you become more conscious and aware about yourself and the people around you. And that's the point I realized that, look, I'm disabled, I'm different from the rest. And at the puberty age, you start dating and all that. So all my friends would go out dating with all the beautiful girls. But unfortunately, I would get rejected all the time. So all the girls would reject me, make fun of me. Too bad the girls didn't know that one day I'll be a global speaker. I would be traveling the world, having a bestseller book, coming up in short movies. So the girls didn't know all that. That's why I advise all the ladies, please think twice before you reject a guy. You don't know, he may end up becoming the next Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah.
So that was the story. And then I fought on and I joined the Paralympic football team. So I faced a lot of adversity, mainly on the physical part. But I used to train every day for 4 5 hours physically, like do gym, yoga, swimming. In fact, I just came home from the gym.
All right.
I wish we were doing a live event. Then I would take out my leather jacket and show you my biceps.
Maybe someday. So I can understand that the school time or your entire life, you would be fighting certain discrimination, right?
Mm.
So what all did you do to overcome the discrimination or to not let it really affect you?
So I'm going to share with you one story of how I got bullied and discriminated. But if you want to hear my story, give me a oh yeah comment in the chat box. Oh yeah. And I'll share it with you. I'll share my mantra, how I beat adversity. Guys, come on, comment. Oh yeah. Yeah, I want more oh yes in the chat. And I'll share with you my secret how to beat any adversity or discrimination. Okay, we got enough
Yeah,
oh
I
yeah
think they're flooding with them.
to
Yeah.
motivate me. So let me tell you a story. Hear this story carefully. This story might change your life. Listen to this. It's going to be a 5-minute story. What happened was at the age of 13, I went to secondary school, high school, you can call it. So we had 4 years of high school. At the age of 13, I was in year 1. And in Singapore, every year, high school, you got to do a running test to monitor your fitness. The running test was a 2.5-kilometer run. So I went to do the run. I got ready, I warmed up, but I was 13 years old. I was tiny, weak, skinny, very weak. In fact, I couldn't even walk properly, but I went to do the run. I was short. So I got ready for the run. My teacher came, he told me, Hitesh, you don't need to run. You're disabled. You can go home. I said, no, I'm going to do the run because I wanted to be treated like the rest, like any other normal kid. He said, you don't need here, you're normal. you're not normal, you're disabled. This run is only for normal kids. You can go back. I said, no, I'm going to run. Now the teacher thought I was a nutcase. So he told me, okay, do what you want. So I was 13 years old. Remember, we had to run 2.5 kilometer. 2.5 kilometer. I got ready at the starting line with all my friends, and the whistle blew. Beep! I started running. After a few steps, I couldn't breathe. I was exhausted, tired. I couldn't even take the end. I was struggling, but I carried on. By the time I reached the midline, all my friends had completed the run, but I was still struggling. After a lot of struggle, I finally completed the run. Can you make a guess? How long did I take to run 2.5 kilometers? Guess in the comments. How long did I take to do a 2.5 kilometer run? Come, I'm waiting for your guesses. Who said 6 hours?
We have
Brothers.
20 minutes, 6 hours, 3 hours. Somebody saying 25 minutes, somebody saying 1 hour. I think on an average, people assume 1 hour.
6 hours with in 6 hours I can take a flight from Singapore to Delhi. So not 6 hours. I took 25 minutes. 25 minutes. The story doesn't end here. When I was about to complete the run, my friends were waiting. So one guy turned back and he shouted, "Hitesh, hurry up, man! Even my grandmother can run faster than you." He said, even my grandmother can run faster than you. So I went home. I was sad, heartbroken. Why? Because number one, I came last. Number two, I failed the run. Number three, he told me his grandmother was faster. Now, I don't know when he went running with the grandmother, but we give him the benefit of doubt. That day, I had two choices. Number one, I could give up. Number two, I could accept my weaknesses and get up and do something about it. I decided to get up. I started gymming every day. I started yoga. I started swimming. I started soccer. Now, every day after school, all my friends would go home, but I would stay back and train for 2 hours daily. 4 years later, it was the last year of school. We were going to graduate, but before graduating, we had to do this running test for one more time. So now, 4 years later, I was 17 years old. I went to do the run. I was slightly taller, stronger, muscular, and I got ready for the run. The teacher told me, "Hitesh, you don't need to run. Every year you run, you fail. What's the point? You're disabled. Don't you get it?" I said, "No, this is the last year. I'm going to give my best." The teacher thought I was really pagal. He said, "Never mind. It's the last year. Anyways, I won't see you again." So 4 years later, I was stronger, better. I got ready to do the run. We all got ready, me and my classmates. the whistle blew, beep, and I dashed. I ran as fast as I could. I kept running. I sprinted across the finish line. And before I knew it, I completed the run. Can you guess how long did I take 4 years later? Come on, guess in the comments.
Somebody is
15,
guessing 10
10.
minutes, 8.
Wow, who guessed 5 minutes? If I took 5 minutes, I wouldn't be here. I would be drinking tea with Mika Singh. So I didn't take 5 minutes. You're right, Gariba. I took 11 minutes. 11 minutes. But the story doesn't end here. I was tired, exhausted. But when I turned around, I saw my same friend running. Now I shouted, "Hurry up, man! Even your grandmother can run faster than you."
So I think there's a very valuable lesson in the life experience you just shared with us, that if somebody is discriminating or bullying you, you have to fight harder and fight back and climb higher, you know. So thank you for sharing that beautiful story with us.
So the key is acceptance. Accept who you are and work on it. The problem with
Absolutely.
many people is they don't accept themselves. See, 4 years ago, 4 years later, nothing changed. My teacher was the same. My friend was the same. His grandmother was the same. But I changed. How did I change? Because I accepted my weakness and strengths. And I decided, I made a commitment to work on it. So comment below. Put there acceptance. Comment acceptance. Everyone, comment acceptance. Right, it's coming.
So I understand that you are also a Paralympic athlete. So tell us how you became an athlete and how did you train? Also, what was it like to represent Singapore in the football team?
So I got selected in the team in 2012. I went for the football trials and I got selected because they thought, okay, I was good, I could add value to the team. So I played various tournaments. Let me tell you, in 2013, my first tournament was in Europe. I played against all the big white countries, France. What was it? France, Holland, Germany, all the big European countries. We played them. My second big tournament, I represented Singapore in the Asia Games in 2014. I was all charged up. Me and my team were so excited. We were representing Singapore in the Asian Games and we played the tournament so well and we came fourth. Clap, right? Clap, Regina.
I am already enthralled by your entire story.
Come on, comment, clap. I came in fourth. But I forgot to tell you, only 4 teams were taking part. Only 4 countries were taking part. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you.
All
So
right.
but yeah, in the football journey, I learned a lot about myself, and more importantly, I learned a lot about leadership. That football is a team game. You can't win it individually. Everyone is important, from the coach to the water boy to the ball boy to the substitute to the defense, to your striker. It's the whole system. Without them, you can't play the game. So it taught me a lot about leadership.
All right. So I'll take this opportunity to request anybody who's listening to us to drop in your question in the Q&A section. And towards the end of the talk, we'll be happy to answer your question. So you can start dropping your questions right now. So Hitesh, a very important question. So why do you feel that diversity and inclusion is important in today's day and age?
That's a good question. See, I think it's important because everyone has to be given a fair chance, regardless of ability, disability, gender, sexuality, race, religion. I believe everyone in this world has to be given a fair chance if we want to create a better world. Otherwise, if we keep discriminating each other, there'll be a lot of fights, a lot of war, a lot of jealousy, like what's going around the world right now. A virus has shaken us, and every country is blaming each other. So that's discrimination. We can't be doing that. By doing that, the virus won't screw us. We will screw ourselves, which is going on exactly right now. So I think this whole virus is a whole eye opener for humanity to have a self check.
Right.
You can see so much problem going on around the world. The Black Lives, the Indo-China War, the South Asia Sea conflicts.
Right.
So there's a lot of division going on right now. But if we want to create a better world, we need to have more diversity and more importantly, inclusion. Because I worked with people where there's diversity, but there's no inclusion. Then again, you're going backwards.
Right. So, can you elaborate on your last point where you said that you've seen diversity, but inclusion wasn't there? So, what exactly did you mean by that?
So, I'm going to be frank. I'm from Singapore. Singapore is an awesome country. I love it. There's a lot of mixed races. We have Indian, Muslim, Chinese, white. We are very diverse, but somewhere along the line, I think we still lack inclusivity because there's a bit of biasness everywhere. If there's a Chinese company, they prefer a Chinese speaker. If it's an Indian company, they prefer more Indians coming in. I agree, we are subconsciously wired to like our own identity, our own people, but sometimes we shouldn't discriminate also.
Right. So,
So that's
I
my
understand.
point.
Yeah. So, I understand that you've had a lot of experience globally giving motivational speeches. So, you've had an inside view about how the workplaces work, and you are yourself a DNI expert, right? So, can you help us understand how exactly to build an inclusive workplace or inclusive environment, to be more broad?
I won't say I'm a DNA expert because I'm also like you, I'm learning along the way. But what's your question? How to build a more inclusive environment,
Right.
right? So consciously, we got to be open to other people joining, regardless of race, color, gender. If a female is doing good, give her the pay, give her the position she deserves. Not because she's a female, she doesn't get it. If the guy is good, give him the position. So you need to have fair competition. Everyone needs to have equal opportunity because everyone is unique. We all have our own abilities and talent. And when you have more different people, you will have more talent, more ideas, more abilities. Let me give you an easy example. I got a hand. I got 5 fingers, but they all are not the same.
Right.
But each finger is equally important. Even if you cut off one finger, you'll feel a big discomfort.
Right. So, thank you so much for this entire session. There is one question which I would like to ask out of curiosity. Whenever we research about you online, I always see a tagline associated with you, which is better than normal. So, what does better than normal actually mean?
So better than normal is my book. You can see it here, right? So let me tell you about my book since you asked. So before I tell you about my book, ladies, guys, if you all are on the platform, what you can do right now is go to Facebook, like Better Than Normal, go to Instagram, follow Better Than Normal. You're going to see my videos and all the things I do. And if you're on LinkedIn, you can connect with me on Hitesh R. YouTube also Hitesh R. So let me repeat, LinkedIn and YouTube, Hitesh R, Facebook and Instagram better than normal. Maybe I'll type out in the chat box later. So go and connect because all this platform you're going to find a lot of inspiration and the work I do. Now let me tell you how did I come up with the book called Better Than Normal. At the age of 12, I used to get bullied every day. One day I got fed up. I went home to my dad. I said, Dad, why am I not normal? And how can I be normal? My dad was shocked. He did not know how to respond to me. He said, Son, look, you'll never be normal because your disability has no cure. So you'll never be normal. But if you work hard and you promise me never to give up, he said, I promise you, forget normal. One day you'll be better than normal. And exactly 10 years later, I wrote the book called Better Than Normal.
Right.
And two years ago, I started my big project in India because as an Indian, I'm very passionate about India. In 2017, I launched my big project in India called Better Than Normal. And till now, we have inspired more than 1 million Indians all over India. Tell me, name me, I'll tell you Guwahati, South India, East India, North India. I have done more than 100 talks in India because my bigger mission is to make India better than normal. I've spoken at all the big companies, Tata, Microsoft, Britannia, Accenture, even all your big colleges, IIT and all that, DU. I've covered almost all because my big mission is to make India better than normal. So I know there's a lot of corporate people here. If you want me to come and add value to your employees, let me know. I will teach them how to live a better than normal life so you can create a better than normal company.
All right.
Okay, I did the pitching for myself.
That is fine. A person as amazing as you, I think more people need to hear your beautiful voice and your beautiful story. We do have a couple of questions. I'm not sure if we'll be able to answer all of them as we have already exceeded the time. But let's try answering a couple of them. Yeah.
Sure.
So there's a
Sure.
question which says, who is your motivation?
So, see, I don't have a particular motivation because I learn from every individual. I think everyone is unique. I learn from everyone. I look up to my dad. He has gone through his hardship. But my biggest mentor is my cousin brother, Vicky. He has guided me throughout my life. So he's like my older brother. If you go to my YouTube, Facebook, you'll see me with a guy in a white t-shirt. That's Vicky. That's my pillar to my success. He has been guiding me to become successful. And he's more important than success. He has been guiding me on how I can become the best version of myself. So Vicky, my brother. Rajina, are you there? Hi, Rajina.
Yeah, I'm sorry, there was a network connectivity issue.
Yeah, I think you got disconnected. I think it was you, or was it me?
I'm not sure. But
Yeah, so I told them about Vicky, my cousin brother.
sure. All right. So there's another question which says, what's the best way to motivate yourself?
So, wait. The best way to motivate yourself is, let me tell you, okay, let me give you an example. I know now we all are going through adversity, we all are facing tough time. It can be in terms of finance, health, emotional, because everyone is stuck in the lockdown, in the pandemic. So I won't talk about motivation. I'll share a different theory with you. Let me give you an example. I got an egg. I got three things. I got an egg, I got a potato, and I got a coffee bean. Egg, potato, coffee bean. Now we are going to boil these three things for 10 minutes at 100 degree. Okay, let's boil it. After 10 minutes, the egg became hard. The potato became soft. The coffee bean became a tasty coffee. Now, what's the catch? They all got boiled. They all went through the same adversity, but they all reacted differently.
Right.
So you can't control the problems coming to you. But what you can control is how you react to those problems.
All right. So we'll take one more question, which is, what do you want to accomplish in your life in the next 5 to 10 years?
So that's what would I like to accomplish? So, all right, I don't have a specific target, but I'm working on quite a couple of different projects. Like one of the big projects I'm working on now is I'm building my own physiotherapy clinic in Jaipur, in Rajasthan. We are in the midst of building the clinic. We are halfway there. It's going to be 4 story. We are lacking time because of the lockdown. A lot of things have been slowed down. We were supposed to launch it by August, but now it will take March. So that's my big project which I'm working on at this moment. I'm creating a better than normal tower And the main thing in the tower will be the physiotherapy clinic. So there's a lot of people involved, me, my dad, my uncle, my business partner. This is a big project. And we want to make this clinic one of the best in India. So we can help people with physical issues and hopefully open up different branches all over India. So if you have any physical issue like back pain, body pain, or if you suffer from a disability, or if you know anyone that suffers from a disability, you can let me know. You can come to my clinic next year. So this is going to be a big project because not many clinics in India, they have a hydrotherapy pool. So we'll have a hydrotherapy pool just for rehab.
All right. So I wish you all the very best for your clinic. And in fact, for all your future ventures, I wish you all the very best. And I do hope that you make India better than normal. I would also like to thank
See,
all the participants who have joined us.
see, let me cut you. I can't make India better than normal. No, no, no. Don't put it on me. But we all can make India better than normal. It's
Right.
not a one-man show. We have 1.3 billion people. So
Right.
everyone has to do their part. I can only guide, motivate, inspire. So
Absolutely.
don't say me.
You say us. I hope we together can make a better and
Yeah,
normal India.
I'm not taking responsible for 1.3 billion people.
Absolutely. All right. So I would like to thank all the participants for joining us today and staying throughout the session. You were a wonderful audience and you were participating in a beautiful way. I do wish that you have a beautiful weekend. Also, do check out Inclusify. We'll be uploading this video on our social media channels. Keep a tab on the latest development on our social media channels because we'll be bringing you more exciting conversations all around DNI. Also, we are happy to get your feedback. So, see you soon next time, and thank you all. Have a beautiful evening.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. I hope you all had an awesome time. If you all had an awesome time, comment yeah.
An overwhelming, yeah, we are getting.
Yeah, so they all had a good time.
Yeah.
So, all right, was a good session. Let's get on a call later then.
All right. Thank you.
All right, take care, everyone. Yes.